A story that just brings a smile to everybody's
It
face.
does. All I can say is people have asked me to do a lot of things in life professionally.
I don't know where this is
have
going.
asked me to, hey, hold a ladder, get up on the roof, do this and that and the other. This is one of those things. As much as I love kids, I hope no one ever says, hey, if you have a minute or two, can you help me deliver a baby?
Deliver my baby, they say.
Jeez.
So 11 labor and delivery nurses at Miami Valley. So these are the ones who help deliver the babies, all pregnant at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool.
It
Monica
is.
Castro talked to them, and they were saying, one by one, they all were kind of like, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant too. I'm pregnant too. And now 11 of them, and one of them went into labor, I forget if it was this week or last week, but very recently, and they did. They helped her deliver the baby, so now they're all going to take turns.
There's this great picture of these 11 nurses, moms to be. Some of them already have children. Some of them it's their first go around. But they're standing in line at a nurse's station at the hospital, and each of them in different stages of pregnancy based on the baby bump. And it's cool. I mean, I like to see these women. And I just can't help but wonder how everybody gets along, because sometimes during pregnancy, as you know, as a mom of a 2-year-old, sometimes during pregnancy,
I don't know what you mean.
emotions kind of go this and that. I can remember.
Always reasonable.
I can remember one day when Kate was pregnant. Kate was a trooper till the very end with her little Charlie, and I remember looking over there when it was quiet, and I look over and Kate's just kind of like, doing that, and I was afraid to say anything. 'Cause
I don't remember that.
Well, when my wife was pregnant, I remember washing the windows one day.
I like this story.
And I heard her coughing, and I turned around and I said, honey, can I get you anything? And the next thing out of her mouth says, shut your mouth. And I just turned around and I continued to wash the windows.
Oh, you can imagine the size of the head on that kid.
Yeah, you should have heard the doctor. But my wife's the most docile, mild-mannered person. But to hear her say that to me, I was like, oh my goodness. Shut your mouth. So, hey, if anybody's watching that knows my wife, don't tell her I shared that story. Or, I might.
We kind of had a little baby boom at Channel 7 a couple years ago. McCall was pregnant. I was pregnant. We had a director who was, two directors who were pregnant.
A couple folks at Digital.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was trying to think if John
What were you
Liddell's
guys-
wife was pregnant at the same time.
About the same time, right?
Right around.
What
Yeah,
were you all
a
drinking?
little the water here. You better. I'm glad you bring your own in that thermos.
Amen. Jeez, Louis. No, I'm way past that whole, hey, let's have a baby.
Okay, thanks.
No. Good story, right, Jim?
Good story, James.
No, you just talk about it. I get kind of cold sweats up there.
But it's really cool. So Monica talked to 5 of these 11 nurses. And, Lisa says, hey, I know one of those beautiful nurses. Oh. People are going to look up your wife to tell her.
No, don't. Please do not.
Kayla said, I'm currently pregnant. What's going on? Something to be concerned about? Well, you should be concerned you're going to get a lot less sleep soon.
was gonna say.
But no, it's all happy. The bottom line is the nurses say they're going to be able to, they're not all going to deliver at the same time, so they're all going to just help each other out. They can cover the shifts. Shouldn't be a problem. But that was our first question. So who's going to work?
I
while
wonder
you're off?
how much time they're going to get off as far as maternity
Hopefully
leave and so forth.
A year.
Wouldn't that be nice?
God, yeah.
Some countries they do that.
I know they do.
Why don't we do that here?
I was in a Facebook group and these people were saying, like, people do the same time as you. So this was January 2017. And so people would go and they'd say, okay, I'm off for 12 weeks, 6 weeks. I took 8 weeks off.
Yeah.
And then these people who live in other countries would be like, I'm off for 2 years. I'm like, what?
Our country is.
I'd just be coming back to work.
But I mean, our country's been our company a
Yes.
couple years ago did something wonderful, and it was for dads who
For both parents,
for
actually.
both
You get
parents,
2
yeah.
weeks of parental leave.
parental leave, and it was progressive, was good, it was nice, and I know there have been several dads that have taken advantage of it.
As they should.
Yes, indeed, that's the least they can do to help
So
mom.
just kind of a happy
Yeah.
story.
Let's talk about the other happy story.
Kirsty due soon. People are saying, yeah, I think she's due in June.
Is that when she is? June? Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait
She's
to
gonna
meet
be
the
she's
little
gonna be a
one.
great mom.
To a little baby girl.
Yes. So the other really cool story, we have this Dayton police officer who was out on patrol.
Somebody's saying 12 weeks full pay somewhere. That's cool.
12
Good
weeks
job.
full pay for
Good
dads.
job.
Are they hiring?
Um,
Hey, I'll have another baby for
for 12 weeks
12
off.
weeks.
And then 18 years. Rachel said, I just had my baby 28 weeks. Kettering 12 days ago. Their NICU unit has been absolutely
Great,
wonderful.
yeah.
That's wonderful,
Yep.
Rachel. 28 is a scary time. I hope your little one's doing well.
Keep our fingers crossed.
Yes.
The other story we're following has to do with this officer who was out on patrol, and really cool. You talked with, so basically what happened was he saw this woman who was out trying to mow her yard, and it was kind of on a hill on her property. Officer gets out of his car yesterday, goes and mows the hill for her, and
Yep.
we have a picture to prove it. You talked
Yep.
with the woman's
Her granddaughter. Yeah. She was just saying it was really great. She actually saw it on her Facebook page.
Did she?
And she said, she commented, hey, that's my grandma. So she called her grandma and she said, hey, did a police officer mow your lawn? And this is kind of supposed to be a secret. Don't tell them this either.
See, now,
But the
now she's so you always know when Kate she's a side talker. When she's trying to tell you something, but she didn't want to tell everybody, she side talks.
But Grandma said to her granddaughter, hey, he was really cute. You got to look into this. And she said, Grandma, she had a baby 8 weeks ago. She's married. She's like, but it's just so funny. So yeah, he mowed a pretty steep hill for her, and she said, you don't have to do that because she's 79 years old. She loves mowing it herself, keeps her nimble out there. But once he mowed that for her, she said he'll need to come back next week.
For purposes of what? Mowing the yard?
Well, we gotta
or
mow it now.
just
now
so grandma
she's
can
used to it.
make sure the officer's still in.
Hey, there are a couple
Fine.
jobs need to get done. Whatever.
But you're going to hear from you'll hear from
From
the
the
officer
officer
tonight at 11 o'clock. And again, great to see that this officer saw this woman needing a little assistance and stopped and said, "Hey, let me take care of this for you."
Yep.
Yep. What else should we talk about? You and I have not been together.
I
think with
know.
the exception
I've
of
missed
one
you.
day last, one day last week because I was on vacation, she was on vacation.
Then I was in
And then
special
specials,
assignment,
and then I was
you were
in
in
specials.
special assignment.
So this is like our. I mean, let's
I'm
not.
sorry I took your chair, Monica.
So yeah, I think we were just talking. I think this is like the second time we've done a Facebook Live in probably a month.
Feels good.
Yeah, so we need to get back in the group.
Yeah, we gotta
right?
do it. So tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Day after.
The next day?
Next day.
No.
Next day.
Next day, Saturday.
Oh, okay. Next
You be
work
doing
day.
what you be doing what you want to do at the house.
I'll be here at 10:10. I don't know where you're gonna be.
So that's kind of what we have, and what's this say here? Nice. It says nice
Nice change.
change.
Need this
Yeah,
news
you
more
just-
often.
you're exactly
Sometimes
right.
we get to
We
just
do.
talk about some happy stuff.
Yeah, and as we hear from time to time, people say, "Well, it's always this bad news," but amongst the bad comes the good as well. So
And that story about the pregnant nurses is going to run at 11:15 tonight. So hang in there with us for a little bit. The story about the officer mowing the lawn is somewhere in that half hour. But it's all really good and it's fun.
yeah, Papa, aka
yes,
Mike
Lisa.
Hartsock. Hey,
Let's talk
Michael. Lisa said, "Hey, Mike Hartsock delivered the 11 o'clock news one night." Yeah,
You
so
did awesome.
I have been here 17 years. That is the second time in my 17 years that I have seen Mike do that. Mike was a trooper. He was a team player. He brought it all together Saturday night. So I was out late with some friends and family. Come home Saturday night and turn on the television about 5 after 11. And my 12-year-old walks in the room and he just stares at the television. He's like, "Dad, there's Mr. Hartsock. He's doing the news." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "He's a team
Here he
player.
comes.
Here he comes. Look at him."
Like I said on Twitter, it's like if you were ever picked last on the playground, that was me. They checked with
Oh.
everybody else, right? I was it.
Yeah.
It was either me
You did great though.
or, thank God that Molly Coates showed up and I didn't have to do with it. You know? 'Cause that would have
Michael,
been pretty.
they just saved the best for last. That's
Yeah.
what I say. I mean, so they saved the
Something
best
like
for
that.
last and look
And
good.
you did sports too.
Yeah,
I mean, you did have,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
So-
Thanks for all the kind words.
So what are you doing tomorrow night? You want to? Kate and I'd like to have the night off.
No, I'm
No?
good. I'm good. I got sports.
Mike, I came in today and I had to tell Mike about the story of my son, and he says, "You know what? I razz you guys about." You doing 90 minutes of news, and you talk about it being so much news and what you have to do to edit and so forth. And he goes, "My goodness, after that half hour," he goes, "I was wiped out." So all he did was news and sports, but still. So again, and Hartsock's famous line when Kate and I go to the set before the 11 is,
Don't screw anything up before I get there.
Yeah, don't screw anything up until I get there. But no. Kudos to Michael. Michael's been here 40 years.
Yeah.
So he's been around the block a time or two. He knows. You know what? I've never seen him do weather, but I think we got to.
I love it. Hey,
Double.
Kirsty has the baby. We're in a pinch.
Do you see Mike Hartzog doing weather at 4:25?
I would watch every hit. I see a
like
lot
a-
of people saying those Waynesville guys can handle anything.
Oh, Waynesville. Somebody's biased in Waynesville, you know.
Very much.
Lisa, Rita says Mike did great. He should fill in more.
Feeling wrong. Hey,
often.
listen,
Yeah.
Rita, I am right there with you. I agree.
You did great. Thanks
All
so
right.
much for hanging out with us
Yes.
tonight. This
Hey,
was fun.
hope you got your yards mowed today. McCall's talking about a considerable amount of rain coming your way over the next 24 to 36 hours. So she'll walk you through the 5-day forecast, look into the weekend as well if you have plans outside. We'll talk about that at 11.
See you then.
Take care.